Imagine your perfect buyer walking through the front door of your house only to turn around within a few minutes and leave. What happened? Stay tuned because this one thing is going to be the key to getting your home sold quickly. The number one deal breaker for potential buyers is unpleasant odors. Whether it's from pets, whether it's from cooking, whether it's from smoking, mildew, bad smells will instantly turn a buyer away. So first, we've got to identify where that odor is coming from. And I'm going to be honest, people who have pets, a lot of times they have just become desensitized. As your agent, I may hurt your feelings because I'm going to come in, and if that's the first thing that I smell, then we're going to have a conversation about it. If you smoke in your house, I'm going to tell you, we need to start smoking outside. I know it's inconvenient. I know it's hot out there, but we got to get rid of the smell because people are going to walk out of your house when they smell cigarette smoke. It's going to really limit your buyer pool. So we've got to identify where that odor is coming from, whether it's from the pet, the kitchen, the bathroom, the basement, the carpets. If you smoke and you move to smoking outside, then we're going to have to get a deep clean done of your home. We're going to need to wash those curtains. We're going to have to clean the carpets. We're going to have to do a lot of different things to get that smell out before we put your home on the market. You want to make sure if you have pets that you're regularly cleaning their pet area. If you have cats, make sure you're changing that litter box regularly and getting it cleaned out. Don't let the wet dogs come in and hang out. You're going to have to actively try to control that pet smell when you're selling your house. If you do a lot of cooking in your kitchen and you use spicy things, there's just certain smells that when we walk in, we can just tell it when you get in the kitchen. A lot of times people are going to try and use like the little Glade plug-ins to cover up that odor. Let me tell you, it doesn't work. That just makes the odor worse because then it's combining with the odor that's already there. Again, doing a deep clean, using Clorox to wash down the walls, the surfaces, all that is going to help neutralize those smells. You can also use natural deodorizers like lemon and vinegar to help with that. Make sure that you're ventilating the kitchen good after you're cooking. Now, if you have mildew, a lot of times you're going to have some mildew, borderline mold in a basement if it's not a walkout. So if you have a completely underground basement, those just tend to have moisture in them. And here in the South, we have high humidity. So I tell people, you're going to have to run a humidifier down here. Like, we need to get these walls clean. We need to check and make sure that we don't have black mold growing. And then you just need to keep a dehumidifier running down here to pull that excess moisture out so that you don't run into that problem with buyers. And people say, well, if a buyer comes through and sees the dehumidifier, isn't that going to be a red flag? To me, it's not, because I've lived here my entire life and I have looked at houses with buyers and they will ask, well, why do they have a dehumidifier running? My answer has always been because we're in the South. We have high humidity levels. So in our basements, we have to run a dehumidifier to pull that moisture out so that you don't get mold on your walls or mildew on the walls. If you have an agent who knows what they're talking about, who can explain it to the buyer, then the dehumidifier itself is actually a good thing because it shows you're trying to prevent that moisture buildup. A good, fresh, clean smelling home is going to make a great first impression. You don't want a buyer to walk in your house, smell something, and be like, I'm done. I can't deal with that. And a lot of times with the pet odors and the cigarette smoke, it will be almost instant. I've had buyers walk in, they take a look around and they go, oh my God, they smoked in here. I can't be in here. And they'll turn around and walk out. They've not even looked at the house. They've not looked at anything. They just know they're not going to buy it. Don't let that happen to you. Make sure that you reach out to me and we'll come up with a plan to make your home smell great and get it sold.